Welcome to today's podcast. I'm your host, Jane Doe, and you're listening to episode 168 of the Things That Are Important podcast channel. Today, we will be interviewing Chelsea Lambert, the founder of the Children's Assurance Association, or the CAA for short. She's going to tell us a little bit about her story and what the CAA is all about. First off, how about you give us a little introduction about yourself, Chelsea? Yeah, okay. So, I'm Chelsea Lambert, the director and founder of the CAA. I am also a mom, a wife, a type 1 diabetic, and passionate about helping others. I also love adventure, art, and spending time with my husband, my 2 kids, and my cat. You mentioned you love art. Your husband is a professional artist, right? Does your love for art come from him being an artist? Actually, my love for art predates our relationship together. I've loved art for as long as I can remember. But if it wasn't for my love for art, I probably never would have met my husband. We met in high school in the art room. I would go hang out in there during my free period to have extra time to work on my projects, and he was in AP art at the time. We hit it off with each other, and, well, the rest is history. Wow, so you guys go way back. That's really neat to see. You don't get that too often. So, when you guys started forming this relationship together, were you scared to bring up the fact that you had type 1 diabetes? I definitely was. I wasn't excited by any means. How do you tell someone you really like and who may want to have a serious relationship with you that you have a very demanding disease that is lifelong, will never go away, is financially burdening, and is known to shorten a person's lifespan? You know what I'm saying? It was definitely scary to bring it up or have him find out somehow. I didn't want to scare him away, but I didn't hide it from him either. I wasn't like, "Hey, you want to know this really cool thing? I'm diabetic." No, it wasn't quite like that. That's fair enough. So, how did it go when he did find out? Well, it happened on our second date together, so pretty early on in our relationship, but it happened how most people find out that their date has diabetes. Dinner. We were eating pizza, and of course, I needed to take insulin for the meal, and that's when he found out. We were actually eating dinner at his parents' house, and that's when I found out that his dad is diabetic. Oh, really? What are the chances? Well, actually, the chances are 1 in 10. 1 out of 10 Americans have diabetes. My husband's dad is actually type 2 diabetic. So we talked for a few minutes about how many carbs we thought were in each pizza slice, depending on their toppings, and the kind of effect it would have on blood sugar and so on. So that was kind of a nice way to ease diabetes into like our relationship, was having someone in his family already having to deal with, something similar. So he was already familiar with it. Yeah, I bet that did help things, ease things in a little bit. So you mentioned a list of things that might be of concern or a deterrent even to someone in a relationship with a type 1 diabetic. Are those things that you've had to face yourself and come to terms with? Definitely. I, especially at the time, was afraid of my future and all those things I mentioned before. Keeping up with managing diabetes and how demanding it can be, the fact that it will never go away, that it was something I was going to have to deal with my whole life, and especially the possibility of not being able to afford my insulin or medical supplies someday, and even more than that, diabetes being the cause of my death and that I may die young. That's a lot for a young kid to handle. I was so afraid of my future. I almost didn't ever want to get married or start a family because I was convinced that I was going to die young, leave my husband a widower, and my kids without a mother. Who wants that? But who wants to be alone either? I had a lot of emotions and felt like I had no one to help me with them. I felt alone in the world. And My difficult upbringing with being a child with a chronic disease and all of the struggles that comes with that led me to wanting to develop the CAA. That must have been very difficult, but yeah, look at what it's brought you to today. You are the founder and director of the CAA, which is benefiting the lives of so many children, just like you said, like you were, and and their families all around the state. Thank you. Yeah, it was a rough upbringing, and I think part of me always wanted to be for others the person that I didn't have growing up. Wow, that is really great. What an inspiration. So, for those who don't know what the CAA is, why don't you tell us about the mission of the CAA and what it is you guys do? Of course. The mission of the Children's Assurance Association is to help meet the mental health needs of youth struggling with physical disease or disability. We're here to help children feel confident and positive about managing their disease or their disability, and to help the whole family feel confident and positive about the future despite the hardships that can come with having a disability. What a great cause, and you guys do it really well. I've heard from many families the impact you've had on them, and well, you're changing lives. That's our goal. And our team at the CAA love their jobs, love the kids and families they work with, and love that they get to make a difference in this world. I can tell you truly love what you do. What a blessing that is to have, not only for you, but for everyone you work with as well. So it's about time to wrap things up. How about you tell everyone where they can look you up and find out more about the CAA? Sure. You can go to our website at www.caa.org, or you can give us a call at 435-123-4567. Our office is always open to the public. If you want to stop by, we're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and we're located at 123 South, 456 West in Salt Lake City. You can also look us up on Facebook and Twitter at Children's Assurance Association of Utah. Awesome. Thanks. And thanks for being on the show. You're welcome. It's been a pleasure being here. So you just heard from Chelsea Lambert, the founder and director of the Children's Assurance Association. It was great hearing from her. And if you want to learn more about the CAA and you feel like it could benefit your family or someone you know, look them up on Facebook or Twitter. Their page is the Children's Assurance Association of Utah. Or you can go to their website, caa.org, or simply just give a phone call at 435-123-4567. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Until next time.